Hey, everybody, look on the screen. Soaring food prices, up 11% for the year ending in April. Largest 12-month gain since November 1980. What is that, 42 years ago? Largest 12th-month gain in November 1980. And some people are in their feelings for who they voted for. Guess what? It's done. You can discuss it. It's done. The thing is to move on, because guess what? Oh man, what they forecasted, they're saying more job losses in June, second quarter. It's going to keep on spiraling. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two clips, and I wanted to discuss some information. Remember, I've mentioned this on a few videos where I talked about March 2020, and I was talking with my VC buddy, and I'm like, hey, I kind of listen to these meetings. They were saying this and da. And I said, what's going to happen to Black people? I'm like, because those are the people at the bottom. Never forget it. To me, it was so profound. I remember the outfit I had on. I was wearing blue. And he said, they're going to be decimated. And that's going to happen to a lot of working people, a lot of what's left of the middle class, working class, and poor. It's like you don't have a chance. So let's check this out. Fair use. Check it out, people.
And now to growing concerns about the economy, and that includes the increasing pain at the pump. I want to show you this. A gas station in downtown LA, look at that, topped $8 for a regular gallon of gas. And that is why a new survey says inflation and the economy is the number one concern now for Californians. ABC 10's Kurt Rivera has a closer look.
At the Stockton Emergency Food Bank,
Give me two!
Luzmila Covarrubias is getting a box of groceries filled with produce to stretch her money all she can.
Everything is so expensive, Life is expensive, yeah.
The mother of two teens is a seasonal worker at a cannery. And like many here in this long line, she struggles to make ends meet.
It's a lot of help for me. Like they get fresh food, like vegetables and stuff.
And by the numbers, demand here at the Emergency Food Bank is extraordinary. Pre-COVID, about 400,000 people went through the line here each year. Now it's up to 1 million.
The most important items that we are constantly fighting to get on are rice, beans, peanut butter, macaroni and cheese, and fresh produce.
The latest survey by the nonprofit Public Policy Institute of California mirrors the desperation. More than 1 in 3 say rising prices are causing serious financial hardship for their households. The same numbers say they are financially worse off today than they were a year ago. As gas prices continue to hit records, Dejan Ross is simply trying to survive.
It's just bad. And that's why I got a little small commuter car.
Ross is a workflow coordinator for a local trucking company and says inflation is taking a big toll on her everyday life.
And, you can't have fun, you can't splurge, you can't do anything. I basically just got struggle food and some popsicles.
And to no surprise, food prices at home jumped nearly 11% for the year ending in April. It's the largest 12-month gain since November 1980.
You see it on the screen. Here's the deal. Said before, said again, they're forecasting more layoffs at the end of June. Newsflash. Companies already started at the beginning and the middle. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, indeed. They've already started. Not waiting till the end of June. They're not waiting till the last week of June. So some people going to work this week thinking everything is fine. 4th of July, no one to stay in town. Gas prices are high. They're going to travel. They're going to get back to work. So you think. Some people are going to find out this week. Life is business. Life is business. You can vote for whomever you want. It's done. But we have to face reality. We have to face reality. The crap has hit the fan. And here's the thing. This is not the worst of it. This is just the beginning. They have not officially called it a recession. That is not even official. Remember the video I did? I said about people, like in the hood. I'm not worried about Wall Street. I'm not give a damn about that. I ain't trying to hear about all of that. Oh, you not? You're not worried about Wall Street. It's all connected. Just because you're not an investor doesn't mean it doesn't affect you. These companies they're not going to sit up here and go out of business so you can feed your family. It's self-preservation. Do you think I would sit up here and say, oh, well, I'm not going to pay my bills. I'll just live in the dark so I can go ahead and, benefit somebody. It doesn't work that way. That's stupid. These companies are about self-preservation. That's why they're laying off. And if you think, oh, we'll go find another job, good luck. At those prices, sometimes people will be calling in, and I saw a joke like that on Twitter, because they can't afford the gas to even get there. So higher gas prices, higher food prices. Life is business. A lot of people are going to learn the hard way. So, let's talk about crime. How do you think that's going to play out? People are already stealing gas from the gas stations. How do you think that's going to play out? Well, a lot of people don't seem to realize, especially the hood that's not concerned about Wall Street and inflation. Okay, so like when these vouchers, when you're getting your rent and then they increase the amount for the rent, it goes up by a couple $100. Most don't have it. So any kind of voucher program, you stop and think, well, and I've been waiting to kind of hear about it. I haven't heard anything yet. When is the government going to increase the amount for the vouchers so people on Section 8 and housing, they can afford to renew their lease or may go someplace else affordable? If anybody has heard any information on that, please let me know, because Simply Said hasn't heard jack. Oh, but let me tell you probably why. Whenever you have inflation, you do understand they have to cut back. That means they have less money to send. Now, they can find money to help out. I understand NATO and Ukraine. I don't need a history lesson and all that. They just sent an additional $1 billion over there. An additional billion, 1 billion, B as in boy. And of course, we got to take care of the immigrants. I want to make sure I specify illegal immigrants. We got to make sure, even though they broke the law, we got to make sure that we take care of the illegal immigrants. Some of you Americans are gonna find yourself sitting up in your car sleeping, and they are boosted up and posted up in a hotel. Make it make sense. Ask Joy B about it. Cam, what you gonna do? And here's the thing. I don't care who you vote for. A lot of politicians, they are like so far removed from their own so-called base. They are. So this right here, you would think they're going to have to put more people on welfare. Newsflash, they're not going to do it, sweetie. Inflation. There's less money to move around. They're not going to be paying out more money. So, these people, they can afford. Let's go ahead and give some more money. It doesn't work like that. This right here, they're closing up the purse strings. It's all connected. That means that there's less money for them to put out to help American people. And to be totally honest, they're not really concerned. I did a video a few months ago about them saying the Americans are sitting on trillions of dollars in the bank account. Well, common sense, if they're sitting on trillions of dollars, and they're talking about, I'm thinking upper middle class and up, because they've got the cash. Okay, and a whole lot of poor people, working class people doing that. Cut it out. But they're speaking collectively, and money just sitting there. One way to get it is inflation, but the damage it is going to cause. The damage it's going to cause. So, you saw those gas pricing? Trucking is important. This is how we get our food. This is how we get our goods. Check this report out on trucking. If these guys, and some of them are already saying, yo, I'm out, deuces, That means it's going to take longer. That can lead to more food shortages, and it's going to get a lot more higher. They can't afford the gas. Check it out. Fair use.
Pump that we are all feeling is especially tough on people who bring us food, vehicles, many of the things that we use in our day-to-day lives.
The independent over-the-road trucker is seeing record prices for diesel fuel right now. West U's Dave McDaniel is live at the I-4 rest area in Longwood with a look at how they are coping with these fuel costs. Dave?
The average price of diesel right now is $5.70 a gallon. That's just about $1 higher than all the gasoline prices that has caused so much hardship for so many people. But while we can bundle our trips, consolidate our errands, may even skip a trip or two, for the long haul over the road trucker, this is how they make their living over the road.
That's killing all the independent drivers.
Diesel prices are making it much, much harder for truckers to make a living.
It's crushing a little bit. This morning, it's the highest it's ever been. I pumped it for like $6.19 this morning. Before, I can do a whole week for $900, $950. Now I'm doing $200 to $2,200 a week between Monday and Friday.
It's getting harder and harder and harder every month.
Jameson Mendoza is a 5-year truck driver from Oviedo. He sent us some photos of his truck as he stopped briefly in Georgia to speak with us about the hardship of fuel prices.
Like my house payment, my car payment, my personal insurance, food, bills in the house. It's putting me behind on a lot of things and a lot of plans that I had in my future because of the fuel price skyrocketing really high.
He says he owns his trailer outright but has nearly a year left of payments on the truck. Drivers who don't have payments to make hope to weather this fuel price spike in better shape.
Thankfully, I have my truck paid for, so it's kind of like a little relief for me.
Many of the truckers tell us it's not as simple as raising the rates for hauling loads. They have to negotiate with the brokers looking to dole out shipments. Mendoza is starting to haul more loads per week over shorter distances to use less fuel.
Now I have to do short loads and make 4 to 5 to 6 short loads a week to cover what I used to cover last year when I did 2 loads.
And he says that these high prices persist for, say, a year or a year and a half. He may actually have to reconsider exactly what he does for a living to support his family.
And guess what? There's already been a report of a whole lot of truckers leaving the industry. So let's take this man, for example. Leave the industry and do what? It's not as if there's going to be a plethora of jobs to choose from. Well, let me see. What am I going to do today? I'll think I'll go ahead and be an accountant. I'll think I'll be a neurosurgeon. And then maybe the jobs he can do, more than likely, they will not be able, it won't pay enough to sustain his family in their current standard of living. So now what? Now what? It's really bad. It is really bad. And you still got some of the people want to sit up here. Again, vote for who you want to, child, male or female, boo, that's you. But you better wake up and smell the darn coffee. I think people are going to learn the hard way that life is business. And you have to plan, because guess what? What's that old saying? The only hands that are going to help you are the two hands sticking out in front of you. Those are the 2 hands that's going to come to the rescue. Nobody else. Nobody else. Now we see the domino effect. Closing that pipeline. When the pipeline wasn't closed, things weren't this bad. And now the country is looking like a fool, going over to the enemy up there asking, you need to get some more oil for the Americans. That's crazy. It's like giving up your car and then, well, I'm going to rely on my neighbors. Can you take me to Walmart? Well, I need to go here. That's crazy. That's crazy. So this here, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. And no one is going to come and save the day for any of us. No one. Look at the interest rate. Look at Wall Street. I told you. Look at Wall Street. I already see it now. people making six figures, like one family, I think she makes 110. The husband has a job, and he's known to get fired. He's making 40. That's 150 a year. They have a very nice home. Oh yeah. Got a little problem. The wife makes the 110. She already got cut. So she making 110. Her husband, and I'm sorry, he is a Dusty, known to get fired quite a bit. Sometimes I think he wants to get fired. 110, what she makes, he makes 40. So they're clearing 150 a year with children. Well, the 110 job is gone. You really think they're going to sit up there and make it off his $40,000 a year income? You really think so? Do you really think so? You're 110 short. Now, the other thing is, what is the probability of her finding another job to pay her 110 a year, or maybe just between $80,000 to $100,000, and being a minority? You think people don't know what's going on, and they're known to take care of their own first. So more than likely, if that job is there, they'll take care of their own. I've seen a job personally where there was a black woman with a college degree. She couldn't even get an interview. A white man, white boy out of high school. He had a GED. He just graduated high school. He got an interview and got the job. How is that? How is that? And that company is well known on TV. Even had a conversation about it. Oh, well, the one that was interviewing, they're old. So what do you think she was doing all that time before she retired? What do you think she was doing? Self-preservation? Oh, that woman has a college degree and job experience. Wow, this boy, he right out of high school. I know, I saw his resume right out of high school. Never had a job in his life. Boom, he's in. Why? Because we'll train him. So let me guess, y'all think that's not going to happen again. Surprise, surprise. You have to be really a little slow. You have to be slow. So this right here, it's going to get really hard. And I truly see it. At first, I kind of felt some type of way when I asked about that. I said, what about, what's going to happen to black people? I said, I noticed they were saying this. These people making decisions. And what they said, it's already here. They're going to be decimated. I don't fly on private jets. Oh, hell no. I've never been on one. The ones flying on private jets, they got money like that. They are planning. So some conversations you might hear, yeah, I thought about it. So a lot of wealth is going to be wiped out. Think about it. The couple I'm telling you about, that family, now they're $110,000 short. And he makes 40 a year. Whoop-de-woo. How are they going to afford those bills if she doesn't find something quick? Hopefully she will. She may. She's a smart girl. But you have to think about those things. So then what? If the person doesn't, then how can they keep that house? They're already saying on different, I've heard this, on different people come on the panel from Squawk Box, you name it. As you know, I watch the show every day, Monday through Friday. What's going to happen, and also on other business outlets, what's going to happen, there are going to be more layoffs. And they're saying the houses, remember when everything was so hot, not anymore. Cool down. Oh, it's going to get worse because you know why? Some people with a good job and they got the money and they saved and they had a little investments. When investments, Wall Street has gone down to the crapper. Somebody like me with my broke butt, I'm down 130 with my broke behind. And I'm not a person of wealth. I'm not down to zero, but still, that's a lot of money. To me, that's a lot of money. Are you kidding me? That is a whole lot of money to a person like me. I'm not rich, hell no. That's a hell of a lot of money. And to see that, stressful as hell. But I'll be okay. So a lot of people, they've gotten the jobs, they got the house. The investments have gone down. Maybe that person just had $50,000 to $75,000. Now you're down to 20 or 30. Oh my Lord. Then the job lays off. Do you think when all the job lays off, it's going to be a whole lot of jobs for everybody making the same pay? It's not. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic, and it doesn't happen like that. So then what's going to happen? They've already said what's going to happen. You're going to be seeing a lot of foreclosures. And people telling you about, they just bought that house maybe last year. So now what? Can't make the payments on it. A whole lot of foreclosures. Where the hell are people supposed to go? I hate to tell you. The politicians don't care about us. They got theirs. They don't care. In my mind, I'm like, you cannot have these Americans on the street. And I was along with rich people. I don't even do the pitch anymore. You know, so like that, I'm like, whatever, you know. And then I look at the BC, you know, like somebody pull me to the side. I'll just say Weinstein. Pull me to the side. I've been pulled by my coattails twice. And it's like, you're always worried about this. What have they done for you in your business? Who are most of your customers? Your clients? Who is it? But you're always worried about them. And not talking to me, a black person, about other black people. And I get it. I get it. I used to think, but no, it's not about that. And then you start to see it gets real clear real quick. Take. That's what people like to do. And we don't support each other so much. Then it gets to a point that there may be other black people that could do things, and it's just not worth it. Just be quiet. You know, I thought about it. Some of this, we could definitely solve our own problems, even us as small business owners. You got a baby mama or a single mama? I'm not finna rag on baby mama because, hey, she's the one that stayed. But if you keep on having these kids over and over again, girl, that's on you. But I thought about it. There's a way around it because I see how other cultures do. You could have one baby mama that might be struggling and she's trying. If you could get 3 small business owners, okay, we're asking for a whole lot. Get her to maybe do some work. I pay the girl, hey, just do some every now and then, no big deal. It ain't that freaking hot. I pay her $300 a month. Then this person pays $300. We're not going to make it cumbersome, $300 a month. The next person. So now we got 3 black women that's doing okay, and we're just paying her $300 a month. It could be to do some clerical work. It could be to do some research. It could be to answer some emails while she has her job. Don't want to burden her. She's a mom. You might do maybe an hour, do some work an hour a week. An hour a week. Hell, girl, that's only 4 hours a darn month. Really? For each person, for 3 people. You can watch Netflix. You can do it. That's how other groups are able to survive. I'm like, we could do that. Then she has her job. And with us doing that, 3 people, she could have $900 extra a month. So 900 times 12. What is that? Let's see. That's right. So 3 people, that's $900 a month. 9 times 2, 18. Wow. Should be a little on 10 grand. Just a little under. $900. She could have that a year on top of her income. That's how it can get done. But don't forget though, with the black community, we just want to, from each other, just take. So when you have ideas like that, they always get shot down. Or if you're like me, you're the only person, nobody else wants to do it because what? They know what Black and Stand is all about. Other groups do it all the time. So imagine a baby mama sitting up here. She's working her little job. Okay, she got her little job going. That's paying the bills, but she has no money to save. So what if she were to get 3 black women entrepreneurs? She could do small work. So she's getting $900 a month. That comes to what, 10,000? Okay, a little over 10,000 $800 a year. What if she did that for 3 years? Okay, let's say she did that and she saved half. So that's 10,800 divided by 2. And we're like, hey, we got a plan. Half needs to go here. That's $5,400. Okay? $5,400, and she could just do that for at least 3 years when you got to save with the $16,200. But I understand. I totally get it. With this group, you can't do that because, number one, we don't respect each other. Can't get along. So just deal in poverty. Just keep that's one. We just have one people in poverty. If you could take one person and just groom them, let's go ahead and how to invest. But we can't get along, haterade, or a Dusty gets in her ear. My point is, things like that we try to do, and you see how the community is going to take. That's why the community is going to suffer. And I hate to tell you this, but nobody feels sorry for it. They see the black people like myself, and they realize you still trying formation, you still trying, and then you get your experience, and you're like, wow. These Negroes just want to take. And you learn a hard lesson. Leave them the hell alone. Leave them alone. But see, it's little programs like that you can pull somebody out of poverty. But the group has too much dysfunction. And other people know how the group operates. We're already at the bottom. Newsflash, it's going to get worse. You heard the lady say she buying what? She buying struggle food. I never heard of that in my life. What mama says she buying? She buying struggle food. What about for her family? Where's the man at? Nowhere around. If the man can't come with it, honey, if he can't come with it, it's just leave him alone. Listen to this woman here. You think struggle food is healthy food?
To survive.
It's just bad. And that's why I got a little small commuter car.
Ross is a workflow coordinator for a local trucking company and says inflation is taking a big toll on her everyday life.
And, you can't have fun. You can't splurge. You can't do anything. I basically just got struggle food and some popsicles.
Isn't that sad? Sometimes you'll have to keep them crying. Struggle food. Struggle food. So yeah, it's going to get a heck of a lot worse. It is going to be a lot worse. And I hate to tell you, behind the beltway, yeah, I'm thinking they're taking care of themselves. They, as the song says, Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us. They don't. So if you can, plan accordingly. Things don't always go as planned. But you think it's struggling now? It's about to get a lot worse. They're forecasting. There are going to be a lot of jobs. Like I said, look at that situation. You're $110,000 less already. And been looking for, by the way, that person knew it was coming. That person been looking for a job since January. We're in June. Hadn't had a job offer yet. Been looking for a job since January. Hasn't even had a job interview. You think it's going to be that simple? And then we don't have, our people don't do life insurance or pass down generational wealth, generational poverty. So now a lot of gains that are going to be made that is going to be wiped out. The politicians, they don't give a darn about us. And the ones we have right now is pretty much a wrap. The inflation, it wasn't like this last year. The year before, it just wasn't. It was not. This is post-pandemic. You would think. It's worse the pre-pandemic. It's worse through the pandemic. Where are the checks out for the Americans? Where's the money? At this point, all the damage that's been done, yes, what you identify as ADOS to FBA, black folks need reparations. It needs to be 2 checks cut. All Americans gonna need reparations, but all this mess that's gone on. Only thing is, black folks need 2 reparations. One for the slavery and Jim Crow. And they're saying, all this work came from China, not China. Who gonna repair it? lives in disarray. Who's going to repair the American lifestyle? So, a lot of people, they're against black folks having reparations. Well, guess what? This pandemic, be it post and pre-pandemic, pandemic and post-pandemic, your life been jacked up. You want some reparations? Guess what? Get in line. We do too. This is a disaster. And I don't believe this mess just came out of thin air. People made to stay at home. They didn't want to go back to work. Everybody can't go back to work. Now this with food, this with the gas, with the pipeline, it's a domino effect. A domino effect. So pretty soon, yeah, a lot of Americans are gonna be wanting, hey, my life was ruined. I didn't ask for this here. Where's my reparations check? Just like the ones for black people, it ain't coming. And I'm out.